The LifeCard 22 pistol, let's check it out. You know, sometimes there are things that come along that are different, and then there are things that come along that are completely different. And that's what the LifeCard 22 long rifle handgun is. I mean, it is a single shot, single action pistol that has the same size as a credit card as far as the silhouette. But then you want to break this up open and you're ready for a handgun. And so this is really something cool. We're going to take a good look at it. We're going to test it out. It is just a lot of fun just because it is a firearm. But is it a self-defense option? We'll check that out as well. Okay. Now the concept for Trailblazer Firearms started in 2010, but in 2014 they opened up for business, and it took 3 years for them to develop the LifeCard 22 long rifle. This is in Fletcher, North Carolina, which is less than an hour from where I'm standing, just right outside of Asheville, North Carolina, which I think is really cool, and I would really love to go up there and see what they're doing. One of the things about this piece, it's a very quality made piece. I mean, you can just tell from the surface, I mean, everything about it is just very well finished. The body itself is made from aluminum. There is a hard anodized coat. And then, of course, the barrel is 4140 steel, the bolt, the trigger, and there are a number of pieces. Really, the mechanism itself is made from steel. And it just feels very nice in your hand. I mean, it's a little bit different, definitely. One of the things I love, though, is that the grip is a full-size grip, and we'll look a little bit more at that at the range. It is a single action pistol, and so we bring back this little lever right here, and it's on both sides. This gun is fully ambidextrous, and of course you can load your round in here, bring it down, hit your lever to close it, and then we're going to bring our hammer back to the rear position, and you're ready to fire. One thing about the trigger too, and I want to just kind of test this out a little bit, there's just a little bit of take up and then a decent crisp snap. The trigger pull is not bad at all. I would say it's probably around the 4.5 pound to 5 pound range. To close the firearm, you need to pull the hammer back to the half cock, and that allows for the trigger to get in place to go down into this little groove, and it just fits down and it closes up. This gun cannot be fired in the closed position. The half cock definitely helps. It is recommended by LifeCard to not carry this gun with a round in the chamber. To me, if you're going to use this for any kind of self-defense, you definitely need to have a round in the chamber, but according to LifeCard, they advise not to do that. Really, it's a slow loading handgun, you know, because there is some steps that need to be taken. But to be honest, if you have a round in the chamber, it is pretty quick to deploy. Now, right down here at the bottom, of course, right below where the trigger fits, there's a small little door. And inside here, we can fit 4 rounds of 22 long rifle. Under here, there is a spring with a detent that holds this door into place. If you really pull on the door, the detent will come flying out, and I experienced that myself one time. If you lose that, you're going to lose the ability to keep this little door closed. So it's important to make sure that when you bring it down, you just stop. Underneath, there's a small detent hole or a little cavity that holds that into place. Now, the silhouette is the exact same size as your standard credit card. It weighs 6.8 ounces according to my scale. It's 3 1/4 inches in length. It's 2 1/8 inches in height. So it has a good compact feel to it, but yet because of the heft, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it definitely has a quality feel to it. Now there are no sights on the pistol, but it does have this groove that goes along the top, and it's pretty easy to pick up. Again, we're going to find out a little bit more about that at the range, but this gun is made more for point and shoot and up close and personal. One thing too, it's fully ambidextrous. You have your levers on either side, so when you pull them forward and then when you push this back, everything is where anybody can get it. I mean, there is no difference one way or the other. And it is just good and solid. You've got LifeCard 22 long rifle engraved, and then you have the Trailblazer symbol, and of course Trailblazer Firearms, Fletcher, North Carolina. I've seen some with a laser etched American flag made in the USA, but this is not on here. But this is made right there in Fletcher, North Carolina. So in essence, it gives you 5-round capability. You can either lay these down flat inside this little storage compartment, or you can stand them in on end. One thing you'll have to do though is one of the rounds will have to go in the opposite direction. That'll allow the door to close. Then you can pop open the chamber and we can slide around inside, and then we can close it. This gun still cannot fire. It is in half cock position, and that is a safety feature. And we're not going to load it until we get out to the range. Now, there have been a lot of comments of people saying this is not a suitable self-defense firearm. But it's better than having nothing. And there are times where you can't really carry a gun. It may be deep cover. It may be you have gym shorts on. You need something really lightweight. This does not silhouette a handgun. So this makes it really easy to conceal where other things may be more difficult. As far as speed of loading, it takes a little bit longer than your standard pistol. But there are situations in life, in a self-defense situation, that speed may not be the main concern. It may just be getting to a firearm and being able to stand and just have it ready. 22 long rifle, while it's not the most potent round, it'll definitely kill if shots are placed in the right place. And, you know, like old Hickok says, I'd rather have 22 long rifle than a sharp stick. We're going to head down to the range and we're going to take some different type 22 ammunition. Of course, CCI mini mags are some of my favorites. We're going to take some standard velocity and also these shot shells. And we're just going to put a few rounds through this and see how it does at the range. And I want to thank CCI for sponsoring the ammo. We're not going to shoot a whole lot, but every little bit helps. One option too would be carrying shot shells, especially if you're walking and you had a dog or something to come up to you. This is a non-lethal option. Or for small pests like snakes, things like that. This would be a great way just to keep shot shells in your LifeCard, and your regular handgun that you carry with you, you know, in a concealed carry, would be more for self-defense. First, we're just going to pull it, draw it, and fire. Single shot. We're going to do that a few times. Now, the way you put it in your pocket is important, especially if you're using your little change pocket on your blue jeans. The barrel's facing down. The handle is on this side. That way I can just take it, open it up this way, and then get right to it. Slide it here, pull it out, open it up, cock it, and then fire. Shell doesn't come out. You have to pull it out with your fingernail, but it's not too difficult to come out. One thing I do want to note, when I'm loading it and bringing it down, I half cock this. I'm not cocking it all the way, and then putting it in my pocket. We're going to try some speed drills. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and put 4 rounds in the little compartment. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a round in the chamber. Then we're going to draw it from our pocket and see how well it does. All right, it's going to take some getting used to, but guys, one thing to always keep in mind is that no matter what you shoot, is being prepared and trained. I mean, it's, you know, training even with this pistol. Of course, this is a little unorthodox, but training is important no matter what you have, because under pressure things definitely change. Let's check out some of the CCI shot shells. We're going to see how they do. The shells are so fine, we're just going to take it in the shop and get some better lighting. This whole general area right here has small little pellets. They are tiny, but it was probably about an 8-inch circle, and I guess I was standing about 15 feet. First group's a little high right here. Had one almost off the paper. Was aiming obviously for here, but I think one of the things is when you want to shoot, you tend to tilt the gun up so you can see the front, and I think that's why I'm going to shoot high. We're going to try it again. I think the group was a little bit lower. One thing I did was just look for the V and shot. So that, I think, helps keep me from tilting my barrel up. The heft of the LifeCard, it just gives it makes the .22 long rifle with no recoil whatsoever. It's just really easy to shoot. You know, the sights being those V-notch sights, it was funny, they were a little tricky to master at first. One thing I wanted to do was to kind of see the whole groove, and because of that I tended to shoot high, but when I was shooting fast I shot a little bit to the left, and we were hitting still pretty consistently. And so, but this really is for an up close and personal handgun for self-defense, or if you just want to go out and play. A lot of guys, you know, will discount this for self-defense right off the bat, and there's a lot of good reasons for that, but if this is all you had, this could be useful. Now, being single shot, there wasn't going to be that many reliability issues that I figured, but sometimes in small little pistols like this, some of the parts can be very fine. We didn't really have any issues with anything not functioning correctly. One time I did have a shell that got a little bit stuck, but we pulled that one right out. And really, you need a little bit of a fingernail. These shells do not come out on their own. Of course, you know, they expand a little bit when they fire, but it's simple to get them out, simple to load. And but the whole mechanism itself is somewhat cumbersome and complicated, but if you can get that down and train with it with a little muscle memory, you know, it really starts to come into its own in a sense. In fact, I'll probably end up carrying this in my pocket quite often. You know, it doesn't weigh a whole lot. It fits in that little change pocket in your jeans, and so it can be very convenient, especially if you just can't carry a firearm any other way, or if you just want a backup. Now, the LifeCard comes in a really cool package. We have a small sleeve, and then we have a box. Comes with a sticker, detailed owner's manual with your warranty card, and an NRA membership form. And then the LifeCard comes in this closed foam padding, have a small lock. We also have a spent shell. Inside, we have a snap cap. I really like to have these, especially with .22 rimfire. Saves your firing pin. Now, when I first saw this lock, I couldn't figure out how in the world this thing worked, because this gun is so streamlined. I mean, there are no sharp edges. Once we deploy the handle and you bring back the hammer or the bolt, there's a small little circle at the top. Take our lock. You can set it right here and lock it down. I'm not a big fan of these type locks, but it is federal law that they have some way to secure these firearms. And then we're going to release the hammer, bring it to half cock, close it right back down. Now, the manufacturer suggested price of the LifeCard 22 is $399. For all the quality and innovation that go into this, I think that's a fair price. You know, some may say that's a little bit steep, but it's definitely something very unique. Now, one of the things I love on their website when asked why make this is simply because it's different. And it's definitely different. I love innovation and I love different ideas on self-defense. And while this is not necessarily your ultimate self-defense tool, it could be used in a serious situation if needed. So you can go to trailblazerfirearms.com for more information. They don't sell these on their website, but there's a number of distributors out there if you're looking for something. The retail price is $399, so it's a little steep. But considering what this little gem is all about, I think it's worth the money. That's up to you though, but it is a lot of fun. And this will definitely go in my mouse gun collection. So the LifeCard 22 long rifle, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America, long live the Republic. Here, the LifeCard. Now, we took the LifeCard down to the range, the LifeCard 22 long rifle. So we took the LifeCard down to the range. Just a LifeGuard or LifeCard? Did I say LifeGuard the whole time? I think I've been saying LifeGuard. This is not a LifeGuard, it's a LifeCard.